The abandoned mansion, a curiosity that almost cost her life. Lena had always been a curious person, which is why she jumped at the chance to investigate the abandoned mansion on the outskirts of town. According to rumors, the mansion had been empty for years, but it was said to be filled with priceless antiques and treasures. As Lena entered the mansion, she was immediately struck by its eerie atmosphere. The air was musty and stale, and everything was covered in a thick layer of dust. Lena couldn't help but wonder what had happened to the people who used to live there. As she moved deeper into the mansion, Lena began to feel as though she was being watched. The feeling was so intense that she almost turned around and left, but her curiosity got the better of her. Suddenly, Lena heard a strange noise coming from upstairs. She cautiously climbed the stairs, trying not to make a sound. As she reached the top of the stairs, she saw a figure moving in the shadows. Panic set in, and Lena quickly turned to run, but she was blocked by a mysterious figure. The figure's face was hidden beneath a hood, but Lena could feel its cold stare on her. "Who are you?" Lena asked, her voice trembling with fear. The figure didn't answer, but instead, it pulled out a knife and began to chase Lena through the mansion. Lena ran as fast as she could, but the figure seemed to be everywhere she turned. Just as Lena thought she was going to be caught, she stumbled upon a hidden door. She quickly pushed it open and ran inside, slamming the door shut behind her. As she looked around the small room, Lena realized that it was a panic room. She was safe for now, but she knew that she had to find a way out of the mansion before the figure found her. Lena's heart raced as she thought about the figure that was still out there, somewhere in the mansion. She knew that she had to stay calm and think of a way out before it was too late. Lena's mind raced as she tried to come up with a plan. She knew she couldn't stay in the panic room forever, but she also couldn't risk being caught by the figure. As she searched the room, Lena spotted a small vent in the corner. It was a tight fit, but she knew it was her only way out. Without hesitation, Lena crawled into the vent, hoping it would lead her to safety. She crawled as quietly as she could, trying not to make a sound that would give away her position. As Lena crawled through the vent, she could hear the figure searching the mansion for her. She knew she was close to being caught, and her heart raced with fear. Just when she thought she was going to be caught, Lena saw a light at the end of the tunnel. She crawled towards it, praying it would lead her to safety. When she finally emerged from the vent, Lena found herself outside the mansion. She looked back and saw the figure standing in the window, watching her escape. Lena knew she had narrowly escaped with her life. She never did find out who the figure was or what they wanted from her, but she was grateful to be alive. From that day on, Lena never ventured into abandoned mansions or explored places she knew were dangerous. She had learned her lesson the hard way and knew that her curiosity could have cost her her life. Lena's heart raced as she made her way back home. She couldn't shake the feeling that she was being followed, but every time she turned around, there was no one there. When Lena finally arrived home, she collapsed onto her couch, exhausted and shaken. She knew she couldn't keep this experience to herself, and so she decided to tell her friends. Lena's friends were skeptical at first, but when they saw how shaken she was, they knew something was wrong. Together, they decided to investigate the abandoned mansion and find out what had happened to Lena. As they made their way to the mansion, Lena's heart raced with fear. She didn't want to go back there, but she knew it was the only way to find out the truth. When they arrived at the mansion, they found that it had been completely ransacked. Furniture was overturned, and everything of value had been taken. As they searched the mansion, Lena's friend spotted a piece of paper lying on the ground. It was a ransom note, addressed to Lena's family. Lena was shocked. She had no idea that her family had been targeted for ransom, and she knew that she had to do something to help them. Together with her friends, Lena devised a plan to rescue her family and bring the kidnappers to justice. It was a dangerous plan, but Lena was determined to do whatever it took to save her family. In the end, Lena and her friends were successful in their mission. They rescued Lena's family and brought the kidnappers to justice. From that day on, Lena learned that curiosity could be dangerous, but it could also be a powerful tool. With her determination and bravery, Lena had been able to save her family and bring justice to those who had wronged them.